Hello, Cancer, our lovely moon babies. I have already shuffled the cards, Rider-Waite deck, as is traditional. I have some other decks I might incorporate into readings, but this is the one that speaks the most clearly for me. It's been in my possession for a great many years, which I think has allowed its voice to become more clear to me. And that, I feel, as I was shuffling the cards, I feel like that's kind of a theme for you in general. I mean, Cancer, come on, sentimental. But there's something that is endured from the past that I think is perhaps one of your focuses right now, because I felt a great sense of being reflective while I was shuffling your cards. A great sense of appreciation for, in my case, it's an art project that I'm working on, but it's also kind of relevant with a lot of themes from the past and a lot of realizations that are kind of guiding towards a heart opening. And I feel like that could be a theme for you, Cancer. A lot of emphasis on strings being detangled from the heart so that the heart can expand and contract freely without being impeded by constrictive outside forces. So diving in, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And that is your significator card. So if we're going to work with this theme of detangling strings from the heart, I feel like you've had your wake-up moment. You've had some sort of event or exchange take place with somebody else that made you realize that you've been kind of placed in a cage of some sort. I think it's an emotional cage. We'll get more details as I uncover the rest of these cards, but right now I'm feeling kind of a confirmation of that detangling analogy, the getting rid of the strings that are attached, because it's caused nothing but disappointment and heartbreak to hang on to that. Covering that, we have the Six of Swords. Now, again, moving away from people or situations that have hindered your ability to embrace yourself, to embrace your heart, to embrace your feelings, and to act from that place. To be honest and have integrity. I feel that it's necessary for you to remove yourself from this person or this situation. And you've kind of already had that aha moment. It's like, oh yes, the right thing to do would be for me to leave or to let this go, to bring this to an end. And you are there at that crossroads with this Two of Swords right here crossing you. You know, the crossroad card crossing you. It's just, you're at that point. So where do you go from here? A lot of swords, a lot of air energy. So it's like a lot that you're thinking about, a lot of dialogue, whether with yourself or with somebody else, other people. It's very wordy, it's very rational. And that's kind of atypical for you, Cancer, because usually everything is very felt and emotional. But as whatever this circumstance or event, whatever it was, it's brought you to a place where you can see that, hey, I need to remove myself from my emotions for a minute just so I can see clearly and do what needs to be done, because this isn't working anymore. At the base of the reading, the root, we have the Nine of Cups. You have your ducks in a row. That's what immediately came to mind. You know how you feel about this situation. There's no confusion for you. So now it's like a matter of bringing somebody else up to speed. I feel like there's some sort of relational, some sort of exchange. You need to assert, or you have asserted, how you feel in this situation. And the damage is done, is what I'm hearing. And I don't think it's damage. I think you did the right thing. You had to do this. Like, it was just a question of when, and it happened. And there may be some loss associated with this, but it's necessary loss. You're pruning the dead branches off the tree so that more new growth can flourish in its place. But I feel like I really need to emphasize, you are not lost in the mud. You are not confused about how you feel. I don't know why it feels necessary to say, if other people are trying to impose that sense on you, brush it off. It's like oil on water. It doesn't stick. It just rolls right over the top. Just let go. We have the Empress behind you. To me, it feels like you have the emotional, the physical, the spiritual resources at your disposal. You've attained a level of security is the word that's coming into mind, but I don't think that's quite right. Which is why you're able to be more objective in this situation. Because I think there has been that sort of heart blasting wide open. You know the truth of yourself. You know how you feel. You know who you are. And nothing is going to impede that anymore. So you've asserted yourself. You've embodied your truth. And this is the fallout. Necessary fallout, but I feel like you've got there's a song playing in my head, I don't even know what it is, but it's like, you've got the moves. Like you know how to move forward from this, because it's what feels true and what feels right. And not everyone's gonna like that, unfortunately. But if you're gonna move in the direction that you want to move in, it's gotta happen eventually. So why not now? Or why not whenever it already happened, if that's the case? The crown of the reading, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. which to me feels like you're working against this energy of being forced out of a high position. Whether that's literal or not. You stood your ground. You held on to yourself, really. And that kind of forced you out of a position that you were in. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because the card is reversed and I'm getting the sense that the position was upside down. It wasn't right. There was something crooked, and it just didn't sit with you because it was like the antithesis of your truth. It was forcing you to be in situations, saying things or doing things that you didn't agree with, you didn't believe in, that kind of forced you to suppress your feelings and everything. And then finally you had this moment of bursting out of your shell and being like, I've had it, I'm putting my foot down, I have harbored these feelings for so long, and there's no denying them anymore. There's no saying that they're one thing when they're in fact another. And I'm not gonna hide this anymore. And so now it's like you've been kind of knocked down a peg in some sense. You know, again, necessary sacrifice. Before you, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Which, again, I think I already said what I feel this card has to say. Your work, or something that you've created or something that you've done has lost its luster for other people because of you embodying your truth and asserting your truth. And it's kind of calling my attention back to the Two of Swords. So if you're like still in a situation, whether it's a job or a relationship or something, where now no matter what you do, it's kind of tainted or tarnished, maybe it's time for you to consider that you're just in the wrong place with the wrong people. And it's not that there's something wrong with you or the work that you're doing. It's just wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. And I'm not saying make any like drastic changes, but really take stock of what you can do. Take stock of the changes that you can make to put yourself in a situation where you are providing value that is appreciated. Whatever that means for you. For the current energies around you, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. While you've reached this place of objectivity about your feelings, I feel like you're kind of at a point where it can go either way, where you can continue operating from an objective place while still considering your feelings and voicing them and not repressing and denying them and acting from a place where you're able to do that. Or it can go to the opposite end, where you're so objective and so disconnected that you stop even taking stock of how you feel in new situations presenting themselves. So I feel like this is a warning against that. Like, maintain a level head, but don't deny the waves even as they're crashing over you. The waves of feeling, the waves of, could even be like vision, intuition. If you're feeling something, listen to it. Stop and take a minute and listen to it and really try to process what it's communicating to you. And that sort of approach may not be appreciated by somebody or some people or some situation that's around you. But when you're able to do that, Cancer, I feel like that's when you're at your best. You are cardinal water. You are the leading edge of the water element, you know. So use that to your advantage. You have a gift of feeling, of knowing. The people around you, we have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this could be somebody who's coming into your life presenting you with a new opportunity or an idea that you might be able to consider and play around with in order to move you into a new situation where your work and your approach is valued and appreciated and actually to you feels like it's making a difference in some way, or it's actually moving you in a direction that you want to be moving in. So if you're kind of in a feeling or if you're kind of stuck in a feeling of being stuck right now, I feel like there's something coming in, there's something approaching you with an opportunity, with an idea that you can utilize to move forward. But trust your gut on that. I feel like you'll know if it's the right move or not. So don't second guess yourself. For your hopes and fears, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I wanna warn you against allowing unnecessary feelings to crop up, because that's also another danger for water signs, is that any little feeling that you have takes on so much weight in reality that you just lose sight of what is actually real and what actually matters. So I think it's best that obviously take stock of your feelings always, but maybe learn a better way to filter out the ones that will take you into dark spirals, like make you think that you embodying your truth and asserting yourself in this situation was the wrong thing. Because I feel like there's going to be feelings that come up that kind of make you doubt yourself and make you think that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should crawl back into my little shell and pretend that everything is the way it always was before, where I was suppressing myself and repressing my truth in order to do what exactly? Work for somebody else's dream? Live in a delusion? Be in an unhappy marriage? Like, what is this? Whatever storm you caused or that you experienced that laid bare some truths, whatever that was necessary. So don't doubt yourself now. Don't try to beat yourself up about it now. What's that going to do for you anyway? On any level. Like, it's just a waste of your time, a waste of your energy. You're going to spiral into these dark thoughts that are just going to completely stop all forward momentum, and then you're just going to end up stuck in a situation that might even be worse off than you were in before. So hold firm to yourself and allow the momentum to carry you. Don't stop. Don't wallow. Don't regret. Don't just go, just flow. Flow with the water. The water is taking you where you need to be. Trust it. With your final outcome, we have the devil in reverse, which I think is perfect for this theme that we've been playing with, of removing yourself from prison, taking the shackles off, removing the handcuffs, so to speak. You're free. The world is open again, and there's new opportunities coming in that you can take advantage of. I don't really like that terminology, but that you can open yourself up to. And that could work wonders in your life if you allow them to. Okay, so what did we get out of that? Be yourself, be true, be honest. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Don't suppress, don't repress, don't hush, don't hide away. And whatever fallout comes of that, it's just pulling the weeds out of your garden. It's removing the people and the situations that will only hinder your ability to be the most honest and truthful version of yourself. So just be genuine, Don't wallow. Don't feel like you've done the wrong thing when you haven't. And trust your gut. Trust the process. And don't spiral. And know that when you come out the other end of this, the whole world opens up to you. There's no more hiding in a dark cave, chained away with some devil holding you down and giving you orders and telling you to suppress and repress. That's done. You can remove those shackles and move on. And be this. And I don't know why this is kind of being called to my attention, but if you had a yes or no question in mind when you approach this reading, I think the answer is yes. So whatever that means, take it as you will. And with that, the cards have gone silent, so thanks for watching. I hope this helped y'all. Doing great, Cancer.